This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network.
This is how it's always been. I'm on the outside looking in.
Welcome to Double Love, the podcast in which we explore the strange and terrifying world of Sweet Valley High, book by book. I'm Anna Carey.
I'm Karen Moynihan.
And we are back with the final part of the greatest story ever told. Yes, the greatest story ever told.
R.I.P. Margot, and also the Bible. I don't know.
Yes. Sorry, Jesus.
Move over.
I cannot describe how much this half of the book is worth the wait. I apologize for the delay when I was losing my mind yet again, trying to finish a draft of a book. Just gotta say right now, it's still kind of lost. So, I'm afraid this is my life from now on.
Well, I also feel like that kind of like frenzied energy lends itself quite well to the fucking state of these books. Like it all links up quite nicely for the whole atmosphere is unhinged anyway in Sweet Valley. So we're just kind of carrying that through and being consistent to the story. So well done us.
Thank you. Why not? Why not have me unhinged as well? Karen is relatively sane.
I'm trying to hold it all together.
She's doing a better job than I am. Just put it like that. Because yes, we are back with part 2 of Kiss of a Killer.
Oh my God.
It's the end of the vampire twist.
I can't believe it. It's been such a fun time. It's been so silly. It's been so camp and high drama. And I just don't know where we go from here.
I genuinely don't. Well, speaking of camp and high drama, let us start off, as is our wont, with the UK covers and what you've been waiting for, Cressida's version. Now,
I mean, always the highlight.
Karen, can you describe the UK cover, please? Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm just looking at it now. What the actual fuck is going on here?
Yeah. So look, we've got our standard silky background. That's all fine. It's been working well for this whole vampire saga. So that's fine. Yeah, look, we are scrabbling around the back of that props press for something to put in here that they haven't already used. There's this really angry looking little skull, a little silver skull.
Angry.
He's so cross. I don't know if he's been like prized off a belt buckle or if it's like probably a goth pendant somebody had. I just don't know what the context is for this little angry skull. I kind of love him the more I look at him. He's just so grumpy.
It's the eyes.
It is, isn't it? So frowny. How can you frown when you've no eyebrows or skin?
Well, you'll find out, listeners, when you see this picture. But it's not all.
No. So we also have, I guess, like a heart-shaped pendant. So the chain of that is then wrapped around. I don't know what this is meant to be. It's got a little loop on it, like it's off a necklace, but it's like, is it a letter opener? Is it meant to be like an ice pick?
It's so narrow. Yeah.
It's so narrow. I don't know what it is. It's very pointy. It's got a little suggestion of blood on the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
There's a yellow flower, like very plastic looking yellow flower.
Oh, my God, yes.
Over to one side. There's like a bit that's been reefed out of a clock. Like it's like the numbers from a clock face, but it's like just the paper bit. So it's literally this little paper circle with Roman numerals on it. I don't know. Someone smashed the clock to make this happen. It's very confusing. It's like, as random assortments of things go, this one is up there. Because, I don't know what's with the flower, what's with the clock face. What even is this little narrow, pointy, silver yoki?
Yeah, what is it? Seriously, I would like to know because I am baffled. It's got like a loop on one end.
That's what's really throwing me. It's like it's been removed from something, but I still don't know what it is.
Yeah. All suggestions gratefully received.
Honestly, give us some context because you guys are usually much better for spotting things like these than we are. So we will take your help on this one for sure.
Well, that is not all. Let us move. I haven't seen it yet. I'm about to swipe.
Let's get that real-time reaction.
Okay. Bracing myself here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. a nighttime shoot.
Oh my goodness, right?
I actually think this might be her best one yet.
It's so
the
good.
Composition, the lighting,
the prop making,
the props. Please give us the alt text.
Happily. Okay, so Cressida, once again, absolutely nailing it. Begins. Here is Sweet Valley High, book 128, Kiss of a Killer, Cressida's version. Book cover recreation with various Barbies and Kens. And Troy from High School Musical, obviously.
Of course.
Become a season regular. So
he's gone into the credits.
Look, I love it. He's like a fan favorite at this point. And by that I mean my favorite.
And mine, yes. We are the fans.
It's so true. So Jessica Wakefield is in the role of Jonathan Kane, Sweet Valley's Timu version of Damon Salvatore, and has met him on the beach as they make plans to elope. Is it Moon Beach? There is a lovely full moon in the background. Actually, the silver foil piece of card that comes from beneath a bakery cream cake.
Oh, yes. Excellent prop work.
Good. Jonathan, complete with red pob lips, bad boy shades, and a splendid ank, because we cannot overstate how amazing this is. Like, Cressida has fashioned a little ank to go around his neck, like there is on the book.
With a necklace, like with an actual thread going through it.
Like, it's so good, and I love it so much, because it's like, it's not once mentioned in the book.
No!
This, but the cover artist was like, this is fucking happening. And Cressida has followed through and done it justice, and it's amazing.
Oh my God.
So yes, Jonathan about to chow down on Jess's throat, intending to make Calico Drive's favourite sociopathic princess immortal before he whisks her away. For the love of Mike, someone pass the vervain. I mean, she'd still be 16 today. It'd be better for all of us if he just wrung her bloody neck instead.
True.
A mob of vigilante SVH students are advancing from behind. Ooh, our missus. Torches, in brackets, solar lights, at the ready and held aloft as they attempt to go all Van Helsing on JC's vampire ass. Will they succeed? Will Jess be adding another name to her death list of ex-boyfriends? Who knows?
I didn't even think of that aspect.
Oh my God. The reality is that I wanted to pop over to our nearest beach, do the job properly by the light of a silvery moon. Poor Cressida has had bronchitis and had to make do with her back courtyard at dusk instead. Honestly, we are delighted anytime we're on location, so this is more than enough.
Absolutely.
So Cressida apologises for the lack of Pacific Ocean and beach. No apology necessary. And then says, by the way, the fairy lights are mushrooms. Mushrooms!
I feel I was on mushrooms reading this book.
You know, it all works perfectly together to just, this absolute fever dream. This is so perfect. We'll obviously put it on Instagram.
Of course.
That's because you just have to see it. It's so good.
Cressida, yet again, you've outdone yourself. We just think she can't keep getting better, and yet she does.
How did she do it?
Oh, bravo. Well, and I am very happy to say that the book, which is not always the case, lives up to Cressida's version.
You know, that's so true. It's rare that it happens, but yeah, we got lucky this time with just the storyline continuing to be absolutely fucking bonkers.
Well, it begins at Jonathan's creepy mansion. And as you might recall, Maria has been persuaded by Liz to join her there in a sort of investigation mission. And Maria understandably can't believe that she and Liz are doing this. And we learned that Liz lied to Ned and Alice, saying she had to go to the library because she just feels a bit guilty about that. But apparently the safety of Sweet Valley was at stake. Okay.
Amazing. Just the stakes have never been higher.
The whole town.
Yeah.
So Jessica isn't speaking to Liz at the moment since she dobbed her in. But Liz just somehow knows from school gossip that Jessica's out with Jonathan tonight, because I guess that just gets spread around people's social plans.
Well, I mean, everyone's obsessed with the Wakefield twins, so this actually does kind of check out.
That's true. Well, Maria is a bit nervous, and it's like, you don't think Jonathan would do something horrible to us if he caught us here, do you? And Elizabeth glares and is like, I think he's a murderer, Maria, not a gentleman. Okay, very helpful. So the house is locked up and they don't dare climb up on the porch to try and get into an upstairs window. So Maria is pretty much like, oh, well, can't get in then. But Liz has other plans.
Well, she sure does. She pulls like a hairpin or a barrette, a barrette, of course, from her hair.
A baby doll barrette, whatever that is supposed to mean.
So, because she figures this always works in the movies, at least with a hairpin. So she's going to try and jimmy the lock open with her barrette. Yes. Maria is unimpressed. She's like, hate to shock you, Liz, but, obviously the movies are make-believe, and I can tell you this as a former actress. And Liz is like, no kidding. Like, they're kind of snappy with each other, which is kind of funny, actually, because really Liz is lucky anyone's come with her on this insane plan.
Yeah, oh my God, completely unconvincing. Well, Maria, again, is a very inconsistent character throughout this book, especially at the end, as you will see.
Oh my God, I don't know what's going on with this girl. But yeah, so obviously that doesn't work because like a barrette isn't going to do it. She ends up dropping it anyway. Maria's like, look, it's getting late. You're never going to get that door unlocked. And Liz is like, yeah, you're right. And then suddenly out of nowhere, just like slams her flashlight into the like pane of glass in the door. So just breaks the little window in the door so they can break in. And Maria's like, I can't believe you did that. And Liz is like, neither can I. It's like she was possessed or something. But she reaches in and opens up the door. So this is happening.
Sure is. Well, we cut back to the casa where Jessica is chanting under her breath as she paces around the living room. So where are you, Jonathan?
Yeah, apparently he was supposed to come by hours earlier. There's been no sign of him because once again, he's standing her up, which he has done previously and then didn't call her like all weekend. But she's really kind of like had enough at this point. She's really angry.
Yeah. So she looks out the window, no sign of Jonathan Cain, but Mrs. Beckwith has apparently returned from beyond the grave, or at least wherever they moved to.
Wherever they moved. Yeah, because like once again, Cheryl, where is she? Where's Annie Whitman? We are back to the Beckwiths being the neighbours because who cares? Why not?
Well, we know Annie Whitman is now a goth.
Oh, that's true.
But Cheryl, nowhere to be seen.
No.
So yes, Jessica starts to cry because her whole body yearns for Jonathan, and she realizes she'll have to go looking for him if he won't, come to her. Mm-hmm. So she decides to copy Liz and say she's gone to the library, but of course she doesn't think this through for more than a single second, and Ned and Alice aren't fooled.
No, they do not buy it at all because when she's like, oh, she comes downstairs and is babbling about how she's left a book in school, has to read it for tomorrow's class and write a report on it. This is why she has to go to the library. And her parents are like, okay, what's the book? And she's like, and she's kind of casting around for an idea. But she says, I know, The Fall of the House of Usher by Edgar Allan Poe, which made me howl because we mentioned this already in this series about the state of Jonathan's house.
Yes, it's all going to collapse in on its own.
So that really tickled me. But Ned is like, oh, well, you're in luck, Jessica, because we have The Fall of the House of Usher here on a bookshelf. And she's like, oh, no, wait, it was The Raven. And Alice is like, yeah, nice try, Jess. Yeah. And I do kind of love that for once her parents are onto her and they're just like, absolutely not, go back upstairs.
Yeah, they're just calling her on her shit, though. They don't stay responsible for long because you can't stop Ned and Alice in this series from going out on the Raz.
It's just not going to happen.
And I mean, who can blame them?
Honestly, like, go get hammered at your cafe theatre. You might as well.
So Jessica stomps away and bursts into tears as waves of anger, desperation, and longing crash over her.
My God.
We cut back to Jonathan's spooky gaff and Maria and Liz creep upstairs, and Maria is absolutely not into any of this. They're using torches because I don't know, is the electricity not working again? But
I mean, probably not, or it's very unreliable. I suppose we have established that, and it would also might look suspicious if he then pulls up outside his house and sees the lights are on.
Well,
so
true. Yeah,
maybe that's enough. It. But yeah, look, it's all very creepy. They're not finding anything. Maria just wants out of here. She is like, I am so not into this. Can we please just go?
We do learn that Jonathan's bedroom, previously mentioned, has no windows, like no actual windows at all.
Weird, yeah.
Just have the giant antique chest. There is quite a funny bit where Liz is like, do you suppose Jonathan sleeps in this room? And Maria's like, how should I know? If this was my house, I'd sleep in a motel, which is quite good.
Fair. Yeah, very true. But yeah, they don't find nothing upstairs. They go back downstairs, kind of snoop around. They then kind of look at this, this huge portrait that's hanging over the fireplace. Maria's like, I wonder who this guy is. And Liz is like, there's something weird about the painting that she can't put her finger on. And they're like, yeah, it's really spooky. The eyes like look like they follow you around the room. And Maria points out how much this guy looks like Jonathan, and just figures, I guess it's one of his ancestors. Then they get kind of spooked because a car goes past, and they're just like, we need to get out of here. Like, I don't like
this. Maria is.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Maria has sense and she's just like, I do not want to be in here. Like, can we please go?
We're told she whined, which I think is a bit sort of belittling of Maria.
Unfair.
Yes. Yeah. So Liz is like, no, we have to just check every single room on this floor, but tells Maria to go keep watch. So while Maria, I guess, waits outside, Liz finds a den and a sort of study space with bookcases filled with classic novels, and she runs her fingers over the title, but then her shoulder bumps into one of the wall panels, and I'm just saying I got a bit of deja vu here. And I
so good.
Can't be the only one, except Liz doesn't.
Everyone except Liz. Because yes, she kind of bumps off this wall panel. She hears a creaking noise, and when she turns around, apparently a recessed compartment in the wall had opened, and she's like, Jonathan's secret, what could this be? And then she realizes, oh great, it's just more books. And she's like, some secret Jonathan reads. And she's about to turn away when she notices one of the titles, The Vampire Killings of Europe. And then shines her little flashlight over all the others. They're all books about vampires. And she's like, why does he keep these hidden? A cold chill ran up her spine as something clicked in the back of her mind. And it's like, yeah, the fact that this isn't even the first supernatural library that's been hidden that you've come across, maybe. But no, because that never once is mentioned that she's already found a secret werewolf library previously.
It is insane. Like, it's exactly the same beat. It's like, accidentally uncovering, maybe she didn't accidentally uncover the last one, I can't remember, but she uncovered a whole room full of werewolf lore. And now there's a whole thing of vampire books. You think, wow, what are the odds of it?
So funny. It's so stupid that it's never mentioned. Like the fact that this is the second time this has happened to her. And nothing. But yeah, something clicks in her mind, but not, what you'd reasonably expect.
Yep.
So she grabs some of the books off the shelves and throws them in her backpack and runs out.
She does. She does spot the portrait on the way, and it's sort of, it nags at her. There's something about it, but she's not sure what. But then, yes, she runs away. Then we cut to Jessica's psyche. She's having a dream about trying to find Jasmine, the kitten. And when she wakes up, she realizes something is hitting her window. And of course, Jonathan is outside. Now, I was hoping it was going to be a Salem's Lot style hovering.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be so spooky. But no, he's just standing beneath her window, throwing fucking pebbles at her window.
I was so bored by that. I was like, come on, give us a vampire hovering outside the window. It's a classic vampire beat. It's genuinely creepy and unsettling. Yeah. Like, they miss so many tricks.
So true. But yeah, so she whispers to herself, am I dreaming? And then opens the window and leans out. And Jonathan replies to her saying, no, you're not dreaming, Jessica, unless we both are. Which is creepy, at least. That they've done something kind of like, oh, there's something weird going on
psychic,
here, because he could hear her or read her mind or whatever. But again, Jessica's just in such a thrall to Jonathan. This doesn't strike her as that odd.
Of course. So, of course, this is, again, Jonathan's character is so inconsistent and ridiculous. He's flashing her a wicked and sexy grin. It's like, of course you want to come out with me. And she's like, I haven't decided to forgive you yet. And he says he'll explain anything. Or everything. So, of course, Jessica thinks she can't resist him. And her hands tremble with excitement as she gets dressed. And she's ready to make her escape.
Mm-hmm.
However, downstairs in the den, who should be reading a collection of books on vampire lore? It's Liz. She's still up.
She is. Apparently it's hours past midnight, but she's in Ned's study reading these books that she's nicked from Jonathan's house. She's finding it all so fascinating and horrifying, and realises that all the recent murders in Sweet Valley appear to be bona fide vampire attacks because the descriptions all match everything from his books. She's reading a section about vampire vulnerabilities, and it's all the stuff about how they sleep in their coffins during the day. Apparently the practice is believed to have originated as a way to prevent animals from digging up the body. Okay. But then realizes, well, we didn't find a coffin at Jonathan's house, but then remembers this like big antique chest that she kept noticing.
And then she thinks of all the things that we all basically know, like not being allowed in uninvited. But then she thinks, oh, they can't stand the light of the sun. And she knows that Jonathan goes to school during the day. He was outside during Katrina's burial. But then she reads about the whole no reflection, can't be captured on film thing. And she realizes that maybe there's a way of getting what she considers proof by checking out all the photos Olivia took at the funeral.
Yes. So she's starting to wonder, does Jonathan appear in any of these? And it's like, it's not really proof if he's not in the pictures. Like not proof of anything. But yeah, she just kind of has this now in her head that this is her next move. But then she's startled by the sound of a motorbike outside.
Oh, she looks out and sees Jessica hopping onto Jonathan's motorbike. Not for the last time, and probably definitely not the first, because we're halfway through this book. Elizabeth shrieked and raced out of the house in her stocking feet.
Yes,
she fucking shrieks so many times. I have never shrieked this many times in my life.
She is constantly screaming or shrieking or yelling something, like, and it's so funny because it's usually when you're meant to be kind of sneaky or I don't know what's going on with her in this book, but the shrieking is absolutely constant. And it is so funny that none of this wakes Ned and Alice, as we find out. Like they must sleep like the dead, that like the noise of a motorbike right outside their house and their daughter shrieking and running out. None of it stirs them. Like they're just like, no, we're out of here. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I'd say Alice is back on the tranks after
back on the dolls.
Yep, it would make sense.
It would.
We cut to Jessica. She feels like she's flying high above the earth, and she knows that she and Jonathan will be together forever. And Jonathan pulls off the road, and they arrive at a beach, and a small unmarked beach. And Jessica embraces him and giggles. She giggles so much in this book as well. Liz is shrieking, Jessica is giggling. Like they're both unhinged in different ways.
This is the thing. They're both two different flavors, but like 100% unhinged.
100%. She's decided to forgive Jonathan for making her wait for so long. And he's like, we're almost there. I want to show you something. Are you ready to come with me? And she whispers, anywhere. So they follows him through a marshy area, and then they finally find his special hideout where he comes, where he wants to find peace. She's the only person he's brought here and the only one he would ever bring. And Jessica's touched beyond words by being invited to his, I guess, wanking cave and now sex cave.
Yeah, this is what it is. It's a cave that they have to literally crawl into. But Jess is delighted by how cozy it is. Apparently the floor is covered with thick rugs, making it quite comfortable. And yeah, he's brought her to his creepy little sex cave. So she's delighted. He builds a little fire just outside the entrance. Jessica's just like, I'm the luckiest girl in the whole world. Like, she thought it was the most romantic moment of her life, sitting on a bare mattress upstairs in his house during the party.
Yeah, that's true.
And now she's the luckiest girl in the world in his creepy little sex cave. It's like, Jessica, where are your standards? I know you're in like under his spell or whatever, but seriously, get a grip.
Oh, it's ridiculous. So he lifts her chin and says, "Fine," whispers, "Finally, we're alone." God. So back at the casa, Liz is freaking out, but she can't snitch on Jessica because that's a Wakefield rule. Since when? And she decides she needs the wisdom of someone older. So who should she fucking ring?
Well, who else but her creepy someone older, which is Joey.
Yep. My God. So he's like, oh, whatever. Like, you can't look after your sister all the time. She's a big girl. And Todd, Joey is like, look, quit trying to monitor Jessica's love life and spend some time on your own. And he says they haven't been alone together in ages, and invites her to a dance, but she's grounded until Saturday. So he's like, let's spend the whole day together at the beach. And she says no, she has to visit Enid. And this is when Joey really pushes himself into irredeemable territory.
Oh my God, it's so bad. Yeah, because Liz is like, look, you're welcome to come with me, like to visit Enid. I know you don't know her, but she's my best friend. Joey's like, no thanks. I'm not too crazy about sick people. Call me when you get home from the hospital and we'll make our plans there. And obviously Liz is quite annoyed about this. She's like, all right, fine, I'll see you Saturday. But like, she's starting to wonder, like, what happened to Joey? Like, this is a different guy. Because I mean, sure, not everyone wants to go hang around a hospital. That's one thing. But just the way he says it to her is so mean and inconsiderate. Like, that is her best friend who is very seriously unwell right now. And you're just like, ugh, sick people, gross. Like, Joey, go to hell.
Should have dumped him there and then. The thing is, she has treated him terribly as well. So
this is the thing, she has, but also he's a dick. So
oh my God, yeah, and has been throughout this book or this series.
Yeah.
So then she brings Todd because she's such a manipulative bitch. Like the way she treats Todd in this this book is so mean.
It is. It's not fair. So she rings Todd, wakes him up, obviously, because it's like the middle of the night. Straight away, Todd is like, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? So she tells him what's happened with Jessica. She doesn't know if she should keep quiet or tell her parents or just go look for her herself. And Todd is like, look, I know you don't want to rat on Jessica, but like, this is serious. There's a serial killer out there. And Liz starts crying because she's so scared and, says she doesn't trust Jonathan at all. Todd's like, look, don't take any chances. Even if he's not as bad as you think, he and Jess could be in danger. And he's like, look, just wake up your parents. Call me back if you need to. Like, he is so nice to her, like so much more than she deserves.
So much more.
Poor old Todd. He just can't help caring about her. And he's just like, look, it's fine. Ring me again if you need to. Like, it'll be grand. Just tell your parents. Because, shit's getting real. People have died. So, it's fine. Just tell them.
So she thinks how much she misses him. Mm-hmm. Well, we cut to the sex cave where Jonathan says, whispers, we have to talk. So talk, she replies with a giggle, planting, like their vibe is so fucking weird. Like there is
genuinely all over the place.
There's no chemistry. There's no consistency. It's just ridiculous.
It's mad. Yeah, it's so true. Like the whole thing is just so unsexy and she's just acting like such an idiot all the time. I just don't get it.
So he's like, oh, there's something I have to tell you. And says there was a woman once and she's like, I don't want to hear about your ex-boyfriends or your ex-girlfriends. And he touches his finger to her lips and smiles. I'm very different from the other guys, he whispered. I'll say you are, she agrees enthusiastically.
She's chronically incapable of reading the room here or reading the cave because, like, he's trying to be serious with her and she keeps acting like such a dipshit.
Yeah. And then he says, my passions are different, which just kept making me think of that 50 Shades meme.
Oh, God. Bury that.
Where it would always just be like him saying about his tastes or whatever, and then it would be something completely fucking ridiculous. But yes, he says he's a loner. But when I first saw you, Jessica, I was stunned by your beauty. He goes on about how he grew up in Prussia.
Mm-hmm.
So there are things you need to know about me in my life. I grew up in a tiny coastal village in Prussia. And Jessica's like, you mean Russia? And he's like, no, just listen. So yes, I came from this place that hasn't existed legally for over a century.
Mm-hmm.
And over a century now. Even pretty much then. Anyway, he says he came from a working family. We weren't wealthy, but we never went hungry. But he used to gaze over the Baltic Sea, wanting more than their fisherman life.
Yes, he was jealous of the aristocracy and their fine clothes and gold watches, and his heart would burn with envy. Jessica is kind of listening to this, but not really paying attention because she's just sort of like drifting into this weird dreamy state as he's talking. But then, like, for some reason, this like vague memory of a raven teases her. And it's like every so often she'll kind of have this weird thought and kind of start to realize something, but it never quite clicks or latches on for her because it's all just out of reach. And next thing, Jonathan just jumps up in the middle of his story. Jessica's all confused and he starts to put out the fire that he'd lit. And next thing they can hear these like loud voices making their way down the beach. And Jessica starts to get a bit freaked out now because she's kind of back to attention. Like this weird kind of fog has like evaporated, I guess. And she's like, okay, shit, what if it's the murderer that's coming for us now? Because she can hear these voices. Jonathan crawls back into the cave, pulls her close and says, I guarantee you, he whispered in her ear, it's not the killer. Which is very reassuring.
He is subtle as a brick as well. Like they deserve each other, these two goons.
Honestly, they're both so dumb.
They really are. Well, we cut to the casa where Liz tells Ned and Alice and then wonders, Riley, where would a vampire take a girl on a date? Like, how can you have time for wry thoughts if you really think your sister is in danger?
No, she's meant to be like panicked and freaking out. She was literally shrieking when she ran after Jessica not so long ago, and now she's got time to have wry asides. Like, get it together, Liz.
So, even though Jessica has been gone for half an hour, Alice rings the cops, which I gotta say is a bit dramatic.
I guess, yeah. I kind of feel like you just hop in the car and go look for her, but yeah, they call the cops. She explains that like her daughter has left the house. There is a curfew in place.
True.
So she describes Jonathan and his motorbike and says, look, I know it doesn't sound like an emergency, but she's breaking curfew. There's a serial killer on the loose. So of course the cops are all at attention because, a blonde Wakefield is MIA. But yeah, so then she starts crying. Or no, Liz starts crying and they're all a bit upset. But Liz feels terrible and Ned is like, look, this is Jessica's fault. Like, she should have known better. This is her responsibility. But Liz is like, if anything happens to her, I'll never forgive myself. So she's really upset by all of this.
Well, we cut back to the cave where Jessica's blood feels like ice because she's afraid she's going to meet Sweet Valley's serial killer because he's very loud, apparently, and makes the same amount of noise as multiple people. And then the bright beam of a torch stabs into her eyes and she's sure she's going to be murdered. So she screams. But of course, it's Sweet Valley's finest.
Well, sure. Come out with your hands up. So, yeah, it's like Jessica screamed. Sure, she's going to be murdered. And then when the cops announced themselves, Jessica exhaled with a shriek. Like, what? You exhaled with a shriek. Yeah, constantly screaming. Her and Liz, all the screaming. So she's relieved now, but then realizes very quickly that now she's in huge trouble. So her and Jonathan literally have to like scoot out of the cave because they're crawling in and out of this thing. It's all just so fucking undignified, honestly.
Seriously. And they crawl out with their hands aloft because there's 4 cops with their guns pointed at them. And then they're like, oh, it's just a couple of kids, and they're radioing back to base. And Jonathan hands over his wallet because they're being asked for ID. What is his ID? How does he get ID? What is it? What's in that wallet?
Something...
Like from Prussia, like of the 80s, 70s, 90s or something.
Crumbling yellow bit of paper.
Yeah.
But I guess the fact that he's enrolled in high school, does that mean he has some kind of paper?
Oh, maybe. Yes. Oh, no one knows. None of it makes any sense.
I don't know.
Well, that's what Jessica has. So that's her only ID. So they're reminded about the curfew and how breaking it is breaking the law. And also the murder victims' blood traces of it was found, both of them, in this location. So Jessica's like, oh no, when Jonathan comes here all the time, he would have been in danger.
Yeah, Jonathan could have been murdered. He's been coming to this place by himself because Jessica is physically incapable of putting 2 and 2 together. So, yeah, but then she does also realize that when the police were coming, Jonathan had said he guaranteed it wasn't the killer. And she's like, well, how could he have been so sure? And she kind of thinks back to Liz accusing him. She's like, no, she couldn't be right. And of course, as soon as she looks at Jonathan, like he like grins and winks at her. And then she's like, oh no, it's fine. Everything's grand.
This again, his vibe is so weird that it's always like, I'm not like other men. And then it's like, oh, give a little wink.
Like, yeah, his vibe is absolutely nonsensical. So the cops are just like giving out to them as if Jessica and Jonathan were naughty children. It's like, yeah, you kind of are as far as they're concerned. There's then like this burst of static on the radio because they've got the report that Jessica Wakefield is missing, and the little description of her. And then of course Jessica realizes that any kind of chance of like sneaking back into the house without her parents finding out is gone now because they are looking for her. And she's like, oh my God, I'm in so much trouble.
Yeah. So the cops drop her home and we get just like a full recap of all the information that they've just received. And about the murder, the traces of the murder victims, and Ned thanks them for bringing Jessica home. And of course, they're really angry. And in fairness, like they actually are. I mean, they do keep going out in the razz, but like they are more like normal parents.
They are. It's really weird when they're acting like normal parents. Like Ned is furious and sends Jessica to bed. Like he doesn't want to hear it when she starts, trying to defend herself or Jonathan. He's just like, just go to bed. I don't want to hear it. Like I can't even talk to you right now. Like I can't believe he had the nerve to come here and take you out in the middle of the night on a motorcycle, because of course they're extra angry about the bike.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to hear any of her excuses. She's sent to bed. And before she turns, she kind of turns to Liz before she goes upstairs, assuming, and Liz is like, oh God, Jessica knows now that it's me that dubbed her in. I'm going to be in so much trouble with her. But she kind of sees this weird faraway expression in Jessica's eyes and realizes that she looks like she's in a trance. And she's like, oh God, like we're not out of the woods yet. Something weird is still going on here.
Yes.
Even though she's right now away from Jonathan, there's something odd going on for sure.
Yes. So the next morning, Jessica wakes up and is all like dreaming of her romantic escapade with Jonathan. But it's Liz going, look, Mom and Dad want to talk to you right now. Yeah. And Jessica's like, she's so strict, she should be a lion tamer. Like her vibe is unhinged. Completely. And then she goes into the bathroom and is surprised by her own radiant beauty.
Yeah, she's just like, being in love does wonders for a girl's complexion, she said with a giggle to herself. She is just giggling away to herself at this point in the
looking at the mirror, giggling.
Admiring how great she looks. She gets dressed for school. She heads downstairs. Like her spirits are high. It's like she just can't remember the fact that she's in loads of trouble or that anything has gone wrong here. But like when she's about to head out the door, Ned and Alice do stop her and they're like, look, we're going to bring you to school. Liz, you go on ahead, but we need to talk to Jessica.
Yeah. By the way, before she came down, she struck, when she got dressed, she struck a sexy pose in the mirror and it was all like, oh, watch out, Jonathan.
So weird.
Like, oh my God. Just like, even by Jessica Wakefield standards, it's like the wheels are off. Like there's just no consistency or logic to any characterization in this book. And even Ned and Alice, because they'll be out in the town before too long.
Mm-hmm. That's it. They're mad right now, but it's not going to last.
Yeah, because Ned does say, look, your recklessness amazes me, Jessica. There's a serial killer on the loose, and you know how we feel about motorcycles. Have you forgotten about you? Because Rexy and then Elizabeth was nearly killed on a motorbike too. Like, this is absolutely, you have gone too far. Mm-hmm. So she's grounded indefinitely, and she can never see Jonathan Cain again.
Yeah, he's strictly off limits. Jessica gasps and she's like, for how long? He's like, permanently. He is completely untrustworthy. Like, he is not coming around here anymore. You are not to see him. Jessica's trying to defend him. She's like, how do you know it wasn't my idea in the first place? And Ned's just like, I don't care whose idea it was. At best, he's a bad influence and you're forbidden to see him again. And I'm just glad that Ned and Alice are actually standing their ground for once on this, because they're not having it. When she starts crying, they're like, nope. This is what's happening. Get ready for school. We're going to bring you. And Jessica's like, school? She screeched. She says she's not going to school, not today or ever. She can't see Jonathan. She doesn't want to see anyone at all.
And she runs away crying.
Sure.
And probably screeching as well.
Oh, the whole way up that stairs, I would say.
All the screeching and shrieking is just
deafening.
It's ridiculous. So yes, she thinks Jonathan is her destiny and they can't keep her away from him. So we cut to school where Liz rushes to the Oracle office to find photos that will prove, she thinks, that Jonathan Cain is a vampire. And Olivia comes in and gives her some of the shots that she took at the funeral. And there's a nice picture of her and Todd holding hands, which makes her, touches her heart. But there is a good bit where Olivia is like, I think you were one of Jonathan's followers. Does that mean you're going to dye your hair and wear black lipstick?
So Liz almost gets sick, of course, at the suggestion.
Yeah, as if. So she looks through all the photos, and even though she remembers where, who Jonathan was standing behind at the funeral, she was, there's no sign of him, and he's not in any of the photos. So later, she presents this apparent irrefutable evidence to Maria, who understandably refuses to believe this madness and literally laughs out loud.
It's very funny. She's just like, she's like, maybe Jessica was right. You are beginning to sound completely nuts. because, I guess Liz has been holding court for the last while talking about vampire legends and her suspicions about the murders. And she's like, but think about it, Maria. The victims were left with a strange bite mark and their blood was drained. She's like, the vampire is Jonathan Cain. Maria's like, what are you talking about? Do I need to bring you to the nurse's office? You sound insane.
So Maria points out, look, Jonathan goes out in the sun. Like, that is the famous thing about vampires. They can't go outside in the daytime. But Liz is all like, maybe some vampires have different skills. Like, not long ago, people didn't think a human being could run faster than a 4-minute mile. And Maria's like, you think Jonathan is the record-breaking athlete in the Vampire Olympics? So she says, look, could you just help me with this? Because, I'm dead serious. And Maria's like, okay, only because you're my friend. So where do we start? And Elizabeth sits down on one of the Oracle's computers. Right here, she said.
Internet.
Using her Oracle code, she logs into a research network. And types in the word vampires. And there's almost 1,000 listings.
Can you imagine? Oh my God. So Maria suggests limiting the search to vampires in California. And Liv's like, okay, I guess it's worth a try. So they end up finding articles from major newspapers over the years, but they do pick up on one that's like Mount Kreshner under siege, 7th murder blamed on vampire cult. So it's this town in like Northern California near the Oregon border, apparently. So they like print out the article to have a proper read of it. And like it is a report about a kid who was found drained of blood, suspicious mark on his neck. And he was a 17-year-old. And they realized that the article is from 1938.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, apparently the internet in 1996 has full articles from local papers from the 30s, which I guess was possible.
Or is this that...
like LexisNexis.
Yeah.
Maybe. just trying to think of 1996 internet. I think that was the first year I did a search for anything, which is probably with Yahoo or like looking Ask Jeeves or whatever. And it was for what had happened to Sassy magazine. Because it had just disappeared. And I did find out. So that was literally the first thing I ever did an online search for. And Liz was looking up vampires.
Well, sure. I mean, yeah, why not?
So then she looks to see, is there anything about Jonathan Cain in this Mount Kreshner newspaper? But then at the very bottom of the screen, there is John Cain spelled Cayne.
Yes, so they find like something from the Mount Kreshner High School graduating class of 1938. There's like missing from photo, John Cain, and apparently he was voted most popular boy in the senior class, and yet it doesn't look like he was in any of the like clubs or played any sports or like was in student government. So they're like, well, how could he be so popular if he was like literally not involved in any school activities whatsoever, and there's no pictures of him? Like, it doesn't really add up. But Liz, like, this sounds exactly like Jonathan. He struts around like this big mystery without ever doing anything worthwhile, and everyone falls all over him. So she reckons it could be the same kind of thing. Maria's like, okay, but this is crazy. Like, this cannot be true.
Well, Liz lists all her evidence again. It's not evidence. It's just like, he must have, the Mullen is Jonathan Cain of yore, or John Cain, and the Mullen is Thrall, and our Jonathan is the same. And lists all her circumstantial evidence and says the real proof is that Jessica is under his thrall because she doesn't even seem to want revenge on Liz for dobbing her in last night. Like, she's just she's a zombie. So Liz decides that Jonathan Cain must be stopped, and if we don't stop him, more will die.
Oh my God.
So after school, poor old Toddles, he's miserably driving around thinking of Liz, and then he heads to the hospital to see Enid because he's actually worried about her, unlike most people in that school.
Honestly, no one gives a shit about poor Enid. Like, Todd is he's such a good guy in this series, honestly.
Seriously. So he arrives and the doctor urges Mrs. Rollins to take a rest, and, Todd can sit next to Enid. While she's out of the room, and he does so and thinks there is some ridiculous bit where he's like sitting next to her, gazing at her, thinking, the patient formerly known as Enid Rollins. I mean,
she's still Enid Rollins. Yeah. Well, for now.
Well, I'm afraid she will be back to her boring old self in the next book. R.I.P. Goth Enid.
Honestly, our queen.
Yeah. So, just as Todd is feeling all sad, and he genuinely feels really worried and sad about Enid, who should appear in the doorway looking beautiful?
Yeah, fucking Liz.
Yes, and when she runs the tip of her tongue over her top lip, drawing his attention to her mouth, he groans to himself because he wants so badly to kiss her, his hands were shaking. Now, people did point out he pretty much had like a hard-on at the funeral, and now he's on it again in a fucking hospital bed.
Poor Enid in a coma. Now is not the time, Todd. Oh God, but Liz is glad he's there. She thanks him for his help the other night when she rang him because she was so worried about Jessica. She couldn't think straight. And he's like, look, call me anytime. I'll always care about you, Liz. And love you, he added silently. But yeah, because he's just kind of thrown, I guess, to see her. Liz walks over to Enid and she's like, I keep thinking there was something I could have done to prevent this from happening. But like, he's all filled with regrets about everything and how things have worked out with him and Liz.
Yes. So yes, they share a little moment, but then Todd tells Liz that there's a meeting in Bruce's house because they're going full vigilante.
I absolutely love this.
Oh my God, the meeting is possibly the greatest moment in this book.
Yeah, so he says apparently if the police haven't made an arrest by Saturday, everyone's getting together at Bruce's to figure out a way to catch the killer on their own. Liz is like, I don't know about this. That makes me nervous. And Todd's like, well, the police aren't doing enough, which fair. They are notoriously useless, those guys.
True.
It's been almost 2 weeks since Katrina was killed. They still don't have a single suspect. Liz is like, yeah, but this big like mob scene at Bruce's house doesn't seem like a good idea. And he's not exactly the most reasonable guy when things get heated. So Todd's like, well, you should come then because you're a reasonable voice and maybe you can calm things down. And he also realizes he just wants to see her as often as he can, even if she is with another guy.
Oh, toddles. So she says that maybe she'll come, but she wants to try something first. And Todd is about to ask her, but realizes he has no right to interfere in her doings these days.
Yeah.
So we cut to Friday afternoon. Jessica waits for Jonathan outside French class because she has a plan. And again, like their vibe, completely ridiculous. He sort of teases her, but then goes, I don't deserve a girl like you. And she tries to smile, but a sob breaks through her bravado.
Jesus Christ, she is all over the place.
So he's like, I don't blame your family for trying to protect you from me. I only wish I could do the same. As he pulls her into a tight embrace. But then they decide they have to bunk off school, and he looks at her tenderly. And off they go.
Yeah.
So we go to the police station where a reluctant Maria follows Liz in to tell the cops, and Maria cannot believe that Elizabeth lied to Mr. Collins.
Nerve. And Liz does feel bad about this. Apparently she told him that she and Maria needed to interview the police for an article about the town curfew. And he was so impressed with her brilliant idea. He wrote them out a special pass, told her she was so clever. And then Liz was like, maybe I will write that article. And then it won't have been a lie, to try and just make up for all this deceit. But when they're about to go in, Maria's like, okay, look, just promise me one thing, Liz. Promise me you won't mention the vampire thing. It will make us look crazy. And Liz is like, I promise. So
we cut to Jessica and Jonathan. They're on the same beach that they were, where the sex cave is, and she's worried about returning to the killer's haunt. But then the tide has come in, formed a stream between them and the cave, and Jonathan is like, no, maybe this isn't a good idea. And Jessica's like, oh yeah, I suppose there is a serial killer on, roaming around. An unreadable expression passed across Jonathan's face. Yes, of course, the serial killer.
Oh my God. I have to say, I did like this. I feel like it's quite old school for the vampire not being able to cross running water. That one doesn't come up as much. And also the one, where is it if you drop some rice on the ground, they have to stop and count
and pick it all up. Yes.
Those are the ones straight from Dracula. And they don't come up enough because they're quite funny.
I actually always like a running water thing, because it's kind of, if it's done well, it can be the kind of thing like having to be invited in, where it's when you realise something's up with somebody.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it can be really nicely creepy.
Oh, totally. It can be such a good little turning point. And I guess the being invited in thing is so commonly known now. It's kind of a trope at this stage, I suppose. But the running water one, you don't see it as often. Yeah. And I do like when it pops up. So I did enjoy this part of it. I was like, you know what, Jonathan, fine, I'll give you this.
Well, he suggests they sit in the shade of an abandoned shack that happens to be just lying around there.
Your actual words in the book, an abandoned shack. And Jess is like, okay, I guess.
And she's like, let's sit in the sun. It's nicer than the cave. And he's like, no, I want to sit in the sun. And she's like, you're absolutely right, Jonathan. Sunlight is terrible for the skin. It causes wrinkles too. Well, it's a good thing you've actually learned that.
Oh my God, I know. The only time she'll actually have any kind of sun safety awareness is when she's like under a vampire's spell.
So they sit next to each other and she says, we belong together. But then he gets all sad and says, my life has taught me a painful lesson. We can't always have everything our hearts cry out for. But Jessica says that's because other people keep getting in our way. And that's why I've decided to leave home.
So she's kind of looking at him, not sure how he's going to react. Because she's like, oh no, what if he doesn't want me as much as I want him? But he's like, he just gives her this big kiss and says he wishes he had the strength to resist her.
He groans when he says this. Of course he does.
He is constantly fucking moaning and groaning.
It's disgusting.
Is so unappealing. Like, my God, get your act together.
Oh, then he whispers, you don't know what you're getting into. My life isn't one you would want to lead. But she says, I'm yours completely. And he says, but Jessica, his voice filled with anguish. And so this is the thing. One minute she's all like wry smirks. The next he's drinking. The next he's like, no.
I know. He keeps being this like overwrought, like tragic hero type. And then, as you say, will suddenly be like winking and like grinning mischievously. And it's like, Jonathan, you can't do, like, you don't have the capacity to contain these multitudes. You simply don't.
You don't have the range.
He does not have the range. He is not pulling this off. He is the worst vampire.
Well, Jessica says that she'll follow him anywhere because she says he's her destiny. And he pulls her into his arms and moans her name. As he presses his lips roughly against hers, Jessica sensed his desperation and responded with her own fierce longing.
Oh my God.
Now, I have just been writing a book with quite a lot of sex in it, and I'm just hoping to God it's not like this. So just, if it is, I apologise. Blame this book.
Oh, it definitely isn't. And if you fear that it is, just take out like 50% of the moans and groans.
I think there actually was a groan that I took out.
Oh, okay.
Because of this.
And your influences are the vampire trilogy of Sweet Valley High.
Well, of course, Jonathan's lips leave hers and go straight down to the sucking gently. I'm sorry, just the word sucking is so unsexy. It just is. And fucking hickeys, like if you're not a child.
This is the thing, like, is he biting her? Is he drinking her blood at this point and they're just not quite saying it?
Yeah.
Or is he constantly just giving her hickeys? It's all a bit unclear, isn't it?
Very unclear. Like, how he plans to turn her into a vampire just seems to be just sort of hypnotizing her, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Then she suddenly has a moment of terror until she, like, it's just very weird. And then she looks into Jonathan's eyes and a peaceful warmth comes over her. And Jonathan whispers, yes, my darling, you and I shall be together. Cut to the cop shop where, unsurprisingly, Detective Cabrini is not impressed.
Liz is so disgusted. Apparently her and Maria were kept waiting for nearly an hour. And now after a 2-minute meeting, they're being dismissed. And she's so enraged. It's so funny. She's like, you don't believe a word of this, do you? And Maria's like, look, come on, Liz. We said what we came to say. Let's just go. But Liz is really just like not letting this go. She's like, look, Enid Rollins came out of her coma and said his name. And the detective's like, look, this case has the whole town freaked out. He says, I know your father well, and I have great respect for your family, so don't take this personally. But if I had $1 for every crackpot who's been turning in evidence. So apparently they've just been getting absolutely bombarded with like crank calls and nonsense. He's been getting calls from as far away as New Zealand.
Yes.
Apparently there's a Japanese psychic that's ringing them every single day who wants to tell them about a dream she's had. But Liz is like, look, Katrina was killed in Jonathan's house.
I mean, fair point.
Yeah, but then the cop was like, yes, and he was considered and dismissed as a suspect the night of the party. All the evidence against him is circumstantial. There's no proof that like Enid was naming her attacker. Then he says that they spoke to Jonathan's father by telephone and everything checks out. And she's like, are you sure it was his father? And he's like, yes, we checked out the call. It came from a hotel in Germany.
Who made this call?
This, I was very interested to know where we were going to go with this. And it turns out absolutely fucking nowhere.
Oh, absolutely nothing.
Never explained. But apparently they're satisfied after talking to Jonathan's dad from a hotel in Germany.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Whoever that was. One of his vampire pals?
I guess. Like, really was expecting some kind of explanation for this, but just, there isn't going to be one. So I guess we just have to move on.
I mean, yeah, we should accept that. There's a lot that doesn't make sense in this.
I know, this is the real sticking point for me.
So they leave and Liz is just like, fuck this, bring on the vigilantes.
But not before telling the cop that she has reason to believe Jonathan is a vampire, because she does it. Like, Maria literally pinches her under the table to stop her from saying it. And of course, the detective is like, all right, do you want to speak to our Japanese psychic on the phone? And Maria's like, well, that went well. So then that's the point that Liz is like, all right, fuck this. Maybe us kids should take matters into our own hands.
No, actually, I can't believe I skipped the bit where I went straight to that and forgot the bit where she tells them about the vampire theory, because it is amazing how Maria is like, oh no.
Yeah, she knows it's coming. She's like, don't you fucking do this. Don't you do it, you bitch.
Well, we cut to Saturday night and Jessica wonders how she's going to get out past guard dog Liz, because Ned and Alice are out in the tiles yet again.
I love this. They have fucked off. It's like, you kids are grounded indefinitely and we're out of here. Good night. Like, how do you think this is going to work, you guys? You need to be in the house.
You know Jessica. And they're like, why are they treating me like a common criminal? Why don't they understand how I feel? Since when is falling in love a crime? But then she hears a car pull up and she looks out and sees Liz getting into Maria's car. So she giggles again.
Yep. So much for Officer Lizzie. So she's obviously going to spring into action because of this stroke of good luck, because, no one's watching Jessica and I don't know why anyone expects her to stay in the house.
Yep. The bunch of fools. So Jessica springs into action and we cut to Maria's car and she shoves a bunch of papers at Liz and says she's sorry I ever doubted you. Because she has evidence after a busy day in cyberspace.
Oh, cyberspace. Isn't it gas how that's such like a nostalgic word now?
No. Haven't heard that name in years.
Honestly. It's kind of sweet. But yeah, Maria has been doing her research. She has been looking into it. She's got a whole section on symbols and talismans. She's marked out a bunch of bits of all her little printouts. Apparently, she found a bit about tools of the vampire, that a talisman such as a pendant or a ring may enable a vampire to overcome a vulnerability to some extent. For example, lessening the effect of the sun on them, which then makes them more susceptible to destruction by fire, apparently. And they remember the ring that Jonathan always wears.
Oh, yes. They sure
this
do.
must be his talisman. This is how he can go outside.
And this is proof. It's proof, you guys.
Totally. He wears a ring, you guys. It all adds up. And then Liz realizes what's been bothering her about that portrait in his house. And apparently it's because the guy in the portrait is wearing that ring.
And then she shrieks again.
Yeah.
Because Maria's like, what, the portrait in Jonathan's living room? Yes! Elizabeth shrieked. With everything we found, I'm sure we can convince the others that Jonathan is guilty. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
He wears a ring.
Yeah. He's guilty. Only vampires wear rings.
So Maria's like, but what if we can't stop him, Elizabeth? Asks Maria, her eyes wide with terror.
Oh no.
Fuck's sake. So we cut to the casa where Jessica is packing her clothes from the piles on her floor. She sees a few things in the wardrobe, but she never dresses out of that. She dresses from her piles. So it's like, oh, I haven't seen those things in the wardrobe for months.
Disgusting. Her room is so disgusting. Yeah, she's picking things up, like trying to shake them out, tossing bits and pieces into her suitcase, and then decides she's going to go raid Liz's wardrobe instead.
Yes. So, yeah, she returns to, she goes into Liz's room, and then she has a little moment. she looks at Elizabeth's garb and then thinks how two girls who look the same could be so different. Almost paraphrasing the Sweet Valley High TV theme tune.
So true. Yeah. It's like, their rooms are so different. Their personalities are so different. It's all so amazing. So she whispers goodbye to Elizabeth and softly closes the door and turns to go. But a tear escapes her.
Yes. We cut to the Patman Mansion, where the vigilante meeting is in full swing. And Bruce reveals a scheme that is so fucking batshit. It is one of the greatest things I've ever read in a Sweet Valley book, or indeed in any book in the history of literature.
It is some top-notch scheming by Bruce here. So yeah, the whole place...
You won't see this coming, listeners. I'm just saying. You wouldn't predict this.
No. So Maria and Liz get to the house. They're ushered in by the Patman maid. Bruce is in full flow, commanding the room, saying, "We can trap the killer with a decoy. We'll take a life-size doll, fix it up so it looks like an average kid, and leave it in a deserted part of town. Then we wait in our cars. When the murderer appears, we run him down."
What the fuck?
Oh, Bruce.
There's so many issues with this.
It's so funny.
First of all, the killer murdered somebody in a fucking party and in the dumpster behind the most popular part of the hangout in town. So why you think a deserted neck of the woods is going to lure him in, I have no idea.
It's so good.
And everything else is mad. Completely unhinged.
Amy Sutton is absolutely out for blood. She's like, "I want to be driving the car that hits the guy." She is a full tilt for this plan. And then Maria tries to get everyone's attention and says, "Look, Elizabeth and I have something to tell you guys, and it's pretty weird."
And Lila's like, "Can't be any weirder than what these jokers have come up with." So Liz is like, "Pretty sure the killer is Jonathan." And then a surprising person comes to not quite Jonathan's defense, but says it can't be him.
Ken pipes up and says, that Jonathan was upstairs with Jessica when the lights went out at the party. And Liz can see that it kind of pains him to say this, and she wonders if he still hasn't gotten over his breakup with Jessica. So again, we see very little of Ken in this series. So yeah, I do wish there was a bit more of him, but yeah, he points this out about Jonathan, but Maria's like, "No, there's more, and this is where it gets strange." So brace yourselves. She announces to the room, "We have reason to believe that Jonathan is a vampire."
And Lila is like, "And I thought Bruce was crazy."
It's so good. Yeah, Winston is like, "Okay, I mean, this is a fun theory, but there is no such thing as vampires." He's like, "Yes. Most of the vampire stuff we have today comes to us from stories created during the Victorian era to replace the racy novels that had become taboo." And then he smiles and says he did a report for English and got an A+ on it.
Mr. Collins' curriculum is really very eclectic.
There's a lot. I mean, they are covering a lot of random topics.
Yeah. Weren't they on War and Peace a while ago for some reason?
Yeah. Oh, during the high school war.
Yes. Not even English literature. Anyway. So Maria's like, "Listen with an open mind." And the evidence again is ridiculous. It's just Jonathan arrived at the same time of the murders. Then there was this guy called John Kane in 1938 who was in a school when kids were killed there. And have you ever seen any photos of Jonathan? And this is enough to convince these Egypts.
Oh my God. Yeah, she then kind of starts talking about some
the
of the other
talisman.
research. The talisman stuff. Apparently vampires don't eat solid food. She's like, "Have any of you ever seen him eat during lunch?" And Liz is like, "Oh, we hardly ate at all when he came over for Sunday dinner that time." And then she also, and I guess their best piece of evidence really is that he had taken Jessica to this cave at the beach, which is where police have found traces of the victim's blood. So that's kind of their, I guess, headline piece of evidence that is their big closer. Apparently when they finish their big presentation, the whole room falls silent.
Oh,
and
bet they did.
Maria's like, "If anyone here can explain this in any other way, I'd love to hear it."
I mean, I could explain it in a million other ways because it's all absolute nonsense, except it isn't, obviously, as it turns out. But in terms of evidence, it is not enough.
No, it's so funny. But Aaron Dallas is like, oh, it does add up. I'm like, no, it doesn't, Aaron. And then AJ Morgan pipes up and says how to Todd, there was a time Jonathan was shooting baskets with them, and how he was totally amazing. And he's like, aren't vampires supposed to have extreme physical powers? And Maria's like, yes, you're absolutely right. So they're all getting kind of the steam. This is gathering steam for sure. Everyone's getting more and more convinced. They're kind of coming up with their own little bits and pieces of evidence. And getting slightly more riled up. The whole group comes around. Everyone's, adding their own little stories. And Maria's like, we have to stop him. Amy's like, you bet we do.
Maria is like leading the charge at this stage. Like she has done a full turn on this.
She clearly someone who was early on radicalized by the internet, because she is now full on teenage vampire hunter, completely convinced she is ready to murder this guy.
Well, she's come up with all the list of methods with which to do that, all the classics, like head chopping, stuffing things into, various orifices, one stake through the heart. Then says, vampires can't cross a rushing stream, so throwing it into a stream or river would kill it, except it can fly across by changing itself into a bat or bird. Okay. And fire would kill it. And then I think this was the bit that had me slightly hysterical while reading it for the first time, because a fire, Bruce yelled. That's it. Let's go burn down Jonathan's house. That place is a fire trap anyway. And if Jonathan isn't home, we'll hunt him down and set him on fire too. What the fuck?
Oh my God, Bruce. What are you talking about? And like, this is the point that Liz is kind of like, okay, hold on a second. We can't go around setting houses and people on fire.
She literally says that.
And Bruce is like, but Jonathan Cain isn't exactly a person, is he?
And then Barry Rourke is like, yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but your vampire theory sounds right in the mark.
Oh my God. Bruce is then outraged that he ever let that creep hang out with him, which is so funny.
It's so Bruce.
So Bruce. Amy is just out for blood. She's like, I want Jonathan Cain to suffer and die for killing my cousin. Liz is like, it won't bring Katrina back. So Liz kind of realizes now that something has started here. There's not much looking like she's going to be able to kind of calm this in any way or bring anyone to any kind of senses, because, she did kick off this whole vampire thing and now everyone's way too on board.
Yes. She looks to Maria for help, but we're told her friend was right there with Bruce, leading the impassioned movement.
Who is Maria? I swear to God, I cannot get a handle on this character at all. Like, she just is different in every single book. From even one paragraph to another, she's completely different. It's like, what is her deal?
I mean, what was the ghostwriters up to? Because they're usually better when bringing in a new character. I'll give them that.
Yeah, I guess, and she is an old, I guess, newish, but like has previously been it, wasn't she? Or she was in Twins
true.
And then brought in here, and they just, I guess, whatever character she had has been torpedoed because she's kind of just whatever they need her for.
Yeah, just very random. And a total bitch to Enid, we might recall. So, Todd is the only one who stands by Liz's side and says Jonathan is still innocent until proven guilty. Well, Liz, you're like, he's right, but, Liz was not agreeing with this until they wanted to actually kill him. So she's moved by Todd's support. But Lila's like, yeah, what about Katrina? She was innocent until proven dead. And then another of my favourite moments is when Heather Malone starts sobbing. I'm just so sick of being all afraid all the time. I can't sleep. My complexion is sallow. I'm a wreck. I say let's get rid of Jonathan Cain before he kills again.
Oh my God. I love that Heather Malone is driven to murder because it's affecting her looks. That is so Heather, to be fair.
And Ken's like, yeah, good point. I'm sure he'll kill again if we don't act now. And Liz is like, we have to be sensible. But Bruce cries, the time for being sensible is over.
Now it's time to wipe out the enemy. We're not going to let Jonathan Cain get away with his crimes. The room is clamoring like this whole thing has completely spun out of control. Todd is like, he did mess up Enid pretty badly. Something has to be done. Everyone is just screaming the place down, looking for revenge. Liz tries to plead with them. She's like, Enid's my best friend. I'm as angry as everyone else is. But, we can't just take the law into our own hands. But like, everyone's like, why not? The law isn't in the police's hands. Like, there's no talking them down. This thing is completely catching fire and there is no putting it out.
And Maria, again, is leading the charge. So Elizabeth is starting to get angry and is like, come on, instead of committing arson, let's go to the police station and demand they take action. And Maria's like, yeah, right, we were just there yesterday in case you've forgotten. That's what they think of our proof. And in the meantime, more dead bodies, sans hemoglobin, or hemoglobin, I guess if we're talking French.
Sure. Like, why do you want to speak French?
You're such freaks. They'll be showing up around town, and then Amy climbs on top of a marble coffee table.
Oh my God.
And screams, I want revenge.
Oh my God. The crowd responds with a blood-curdling cheer, apparently. And Bruce starts leading a chant. He's like, are we going to sit back and wait for the police to handle this? And everyone goes, no. So everyone's rushing towards Bruce. Liz is getting shoved against a wall. How dare they? He's like, are we going to let that cold-blooded monster kill again? No. Are we afraid to hunt him down? No. Will we show mercy? No. Everyone cheered and began to chant, kill the killer, kill the killer.
They've literally turned into an angry mob wielding torches and pitchforks. Well, maybe not the pitchforks, but they do have the torches.
I mean,
what we call
torches. The spirit of the pitchforks. Yeah.
So Liz is horrified by all of this as the mob goes wild, and even Winston seems to have been caught up in this madness. And she notices Miranda, the maid, sort of beckoning her, and she tells Liz that she is wanted on the telephone. So it's Ms. Rollins who gives her the good news that Enid is awake and doing well.
Yeah, so Liz is obviously incredibly relieved, like collapses with relief to hear this. Ms. Rollins tells her she's getting some more tests done. The results are all positive. There's every indication she'll have a complete recovery. Liz just like can't believe this great news. She's sobbing. She's like, she doesn't know what she would have done if anything had gone wrong. But then Adele is like, do you know where I can get in touch with Jonathan Cain? And Liz is like, oh God, why? Like, has Enid said more? And then she's like, I'd like to get him a gift certificate from the music centre as a gesture of thanks, even though that doesn't come close to showing how grateful I am. And Liz is like, what? What are you talking about? So Adele Rollins is like, I forgot to tell you, Jonathan Cain is the guy who found Enid and brought her to the emergency room on Monday night. So as far as she's concerned, like, he saved her daughter's life. And she's like, I have to run now, but I'm glad I was able to track you down. Apparently, she rang Todd's house, and this is how she found out this is where Liz was, or figured it out anyway.
Yeah.
So then Liz is like, okay, what the fuck? Jonathan saved Enid? She's like, could I have completely misjudged him? So she's really just kind of turned around by this information and kind of does not know what to make of it.
Yeah. So she goes back to the raging crowd. She suddenly remembers the raging crowd. Mm-hmm. But when she returns, everybody's gone, including Maria, her ride.
Maria's been so swept up in this. She's like, fuck Liz, I'm out of here. We've got a vampire to hunt down.
Convoy!
So funny.
So Elizabeth aloud cries, now what? And then she remembers that Ms. Rollins said that she had first of all rung the Calico Drive house and that there was no answer. And that's when she rang Todd. But of course, Jessica should have been home on curfew and groundingness. And this means she's out, presumably with Jonathan. So Liz literally shrieks, what am I supposed to do now? Shrieks.
I'd say Miranda, that maid, is just hiding from her. She's like, I'm not dealing with this bitch. Get out of this house.
Because she's stranded without a lift. Jessica's in terrible danger when a mob of vigilantes was on the loose.
Hunting down the guy who saved Enid's life. So she's like, oh my God, how am I going to get out of this?
Well, we cut to Jonathan Cain's horrible kip. Jessica's arriving. We're reminded what a loose shutter, covered weed-filled front garden. Like it's all the shambles. But Jessica smiles and thinks tenderly, tears of joy filling her eyes. I'm home, she thought. If they were going full horror with this, that would be quite good.
That would be good, yeah. But I guess, yeah, they are kind of making a point of like, clearly this place is horrible, but Jessica is just in so deep at this point that she's just like, yes, this is amazing.
So Jonathan takes her in and shows her the portrait, and he's sort of sad and wistful. He says, when you said this portrait looked just like me, you didn't know how right you were. The man in that painting wanted a better life, with a taste of luxury and the clothes of a dandy. He paid dearly. And Jessica's like, you sound so sad. And he says, you have a right to know why. And then takes her into his dusty den and says, one of the good points of having an old house, he drawled, they don't build secret panels like this anymore. And then he winks and is like, and now for your answers. So one minute he's all like, yes, and my story is so sad and tragic. It's like, oh, they don't give you a whole secret vampire library room and the modern split-level ranch house. His vibe is so inconsistent.
It is absolutely rancid. I hate him so much. He's so shit at this. So yeah, he like goes through this big reveal of his fucking vampire library as if this is going to explain everything. And then he realizes that this book's missing, and he kind of stiffens up and he's like, Jessica, I'm afraid I'll have to leave Sweet Valley soon. And his voice is deadly cold. Jessica's like, oh my God, what's wrong? So he says, this place isn't safe for me anymore. Somebody has been here and stolen. And then he won't finish the sentence. And he's like, I have to go. And so should you. Go home now before it's too late.
So she refuses and says, I don't care, Jonathan. I love you. Whatever trouble you're in, we'll face it together. I'll never leave you. But then he moans, I'm not like you, Jessica. We can't stay together. And she bangs on about how he's her destiny and blah, 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 blah. They gaze into each other's eyes for ages. And then Jonathan whispers, then so be it, my love. Forever.
Oh my God. But they genuinely keep having this same conversation over and over again.
Oh my God, it's so boring.
It is constantly him not telling her what's up and her going, but we're going to be together forever. And then him being like, yes, we are. That's it. Every time.
So Liz rings Joey for help and says that an angry mob think Jonathan's a vampire and they're going to kill him. And he's like, what the fuck? Who came up with this bullshit?
It would be kind of funny to get this book from Joey's point of view, where he's just getting these insane phone calls from Liz and he's just like, oh, for God's sake, now what?
In between showing her all the sights of her hometown, of course.
Of her own plays, of course. Yeah, but he's just kind of like, okay, let me get this straight. Because, of course, he's annoyed with her because they were supposed to have a date that day on Saturday, but she stood him up because back along she had said she'd see him Saturday and he never did anything about it. So now he's really annoyed. So he's like, you don't get in contact all day long when we're supposed to be hanging out. Now you expect me to come running to Sweet Valley because you're worried about your sister. And you don't seem to understand, Elizabeth shrieked.
Like, shrieking down the phone.
She's constantly ringing him up and shrieking about these wild situations. And I kind of don't blame Joey at this point for just being fuck.
I'm out of here. Seriously, because like she has had so many Boy the Quiet Wolf things where it's like, Jessica's in terrible danger. And she says this again. She's like, it's a desperate emergency, Joey. Something horrible might happen. And he says, well, it's going to have to happen without me. And I'm like, fair. Do you know what? Like... She has, like, he is terrible, but she hasn't actually been fair to him.
No, she really hasn't. And this is quite funny because he's just like, now, if you were calling because you're dying to see me or to even apologize for ditching me today. And of course, Liz is furious. She's like, this is not the time for games, Joey. I'm begging either you come and help me now or it's over between us. And he's like, okay, if that's the way you want it, I guess it's over.
Go on, Joey, just have fun in college, whatever.
Seriously,
just stay away from 16-year-olds.
Please. Stop being mad at them for being grounded because you're the one who's decided to date a child, so that's on you.
So she's fuming with rage, and then who should be standing in the doorway but Toddles?
Oh,
and now,
God.
In fairness, he deserves better than her.
He really does. Like when he saw everyone rush off, he almost joined everyone, but then turned back when he realised Liz wasn't there because he didn't want her to be left behind. Like he's way too good for her. And he heard this whole exchange with Joey. So now he's just like kind of hopeful he might have another chance with her. It's like, Todd, cut your losses, my man.
Seriously, run for the hills.
Oh God. But he's weak for Liz.
Yeah. So she tells him about, Jonathan bringing Enid to the hospital, and he's like, that doesn't sound like something a vampire would do. And this is like, I don't know what to believe. So she has an idea and thinks of the sex cave, but the problem is that Maria already knows about it. So the mob could be heading there too.
Oh my God.
Well, we cut to the sex cave where I guess Jessica is in thrall and some sort of post-orgasm haze. I don't know what's going on because she's constantly in a sort of a daze.
Totally, yeah. Especially in this cave. Like, she's kind of, she's not in her right mind at all. Like, everything is just kind of like a lullaby and peaceful and kind of like woozy. She's kind of like, she's like, I know why you like coming here, Jonathan. I feel like I'm floating on a dreamy cloud, because she's just kind of, constantly in this weird haze every time.
Because he keeps saying things like, I don't want you to make a mistake you'll someday regret. Regret would eventually turn to bitterness. You would hate me as I've come to hate myself, is unspoken. So she says that if you come with me, you will be with me, Jessica, always and only with me. But her mind is fuzzy. Like, I'm just saying, Jonathan, if you want her to make an informed decision, don't keep putting her under your thrall. Because she's like, her mind is literally fuzzy, as if dreamy clouds were moving into her brain, and she can't quite grasp the meaning of his words. But she's like, oh, you're my destiny again. So she just like sits there with her head on his shoulder, and like she starts to think of lazy days with her friends and Saturday nights at the beach disco, but the images grow hazy and meaningless, and she feels a twinge of sadness at the thought of never seeing her family again, especially Liz. But she's like, my destiny chose me.
She can't imagine living without him. So it's all just kind of like, he's the only thing that matters. And then he kind of like looks in her eyes and it's like, will you follow me? And again, she's like, yes, of course, because she's under this weird hypnosis of his. So I don't know what he thinks is going to happen here. Yeah.
So she has a moment of terror, and her gut is telling her to run away as fast as she can before she completely loses her sanity. I mean, that ship's fucking sailed. Because then Jonathan tightens his arms and her fears drift away like dry flower petals in the breeze. So she sinks into the soothing spell of Jonathan's love. And then she's like, it's so powerful that she can't even picture her parents' face or remember her brother's name.
Oh my God. Yeah, only Jonathan seemed real. She didn't need anyone else. So again, he's just kind of like clasping her, and she's kind of looking at the ring on his finger, and he's like, we'll never be able to be in the sun together after this. And Jess is like, yeah, I know that. No, wait, I don't know. And she's like, Jonathan, I'm so confused. And again, he just kind of like kisses her, and it's like, it's okay, I'm here with you as I always will be. Because again, he keeps kind of acting like he wants her to make this informed decision, but he clearly doesn't, because she's constantly like all doped up.
Yeah. So then he says, without this ring, the sun's rays would destroy me, but I'll share my ring with you, but we'll have to take turns.
The admin of being a vampire.
It's your go today.
It's my turn to go outside, okay? That's how this works. Like, that definitely won't build resentment over the years.
No, because Jessica's like, oh, well, I don't care. She didn't grasp the meaning of what he said, but she was satisfied with the bits she'd understood. Jonathan is happy. He'll share his ring with me. We'll be together always. And she just sort of drifts off.
Yeah.
So Liz and Todd spent pages looking for the cave, finally find the fire, spot the fire. So when they arrive, they see Jessica snuggled into Jonathan's arms, and Liz is repulsed by Jonathan and his creepy, handsome features.
Yes.
And he just sits there. He doesn't say anything to them. It's so weird. And then Liz takes Jessica's hand, and it's icy, so she's very freaked.
Yeah.
And then she's like, look at me, Jessica. And when she lifts Jessica's face to hers, because it was sort of pressed into Jonathan's chest, now, you'd be hoping for a full-on Buffy vampire face.
Oh, yeah. That is what you actually want.
But, which is always very scary, where someone turns around. Isn't there a bit like that? Is it the Buffy pilot where they think somebody is Cordelia, like who's been abandoned in the bronze, and then when they turn around, it's like a full-on vampire? And I remember it being genuinely shocking the first time I saw it. So thought we might be getting, well, I knew we were going to get this, but hope for something creepy. And I did get it, because when Liz sees Jessica's face, her eyes are wide and unfocused, and her lips are twisted into a broad, eerie smile. It was the look of madness.
Like, this is the thing, that is quite creepy. So like there is potential for this to be a genuinely creepy book, but they just managed to absolutely fuck it up every other time. But this is unsettling. Like this is really like unpleasant. It's horrible. And it is properly creepy and upsetting.
And there's no real consequences, of course, because Liz opens her mouth to speak or scream. But again, nothing comes out but a wheezy, high-pitched shriek. Her voice is probably fucked from all that shrieking earlier. So, yeah, I'm not surprised she can only just go...
just making weird, high-pitched noises, like some kind of bat. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then appropriate. Then they can hear angry shouting coming from further down the beach. So Todd, of course, is there with them and he's like, okay, Jonathan, you have to get out of here. Everyone is after you because, of course, they're now Team Jonathan now that he's the one that saved Enid, and even though he's the one who also almost killed her. They just kind of seem to forget that bit. So Liz looks up and sees this like aura of light and like flashlights and torches. So I guess they've actually found the time to fashion some kind of like flaming torch as well as their flashlight.
Oh, see, my brain just sees torch and thinks like torch the way we use it.
Yeah, but the fact that it says flashlights and
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, we've got some fire in the mix here too. We're going old school with this shit.
Whoa.
So they are coming straight for the cave, screaming bloody murder. And Todd is like, look, I'll try and hold them off. You guys need to get out of here.
Oh my God. It's just also Jonathan is just like fucking sitting there like a lemon. Like
so useless.
We cut to his POV and he's like, they actually mean to kill me. Because he never believed the kids of Sweet Valley High would come after him, considering how pathetic and gullible most of them were. Seems I've underestimated them. And we're reminded he's been treated like royalty by these pitiful creatures. And the only one who stood up to him was Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he has a kind of grudging respect for Liz.
Yes.
I think because of this. And he even then thinks to himself how the sisters might look alike, but they're actually very different. Like, really, no fucking kidding, Jonathan? Are you seriously coming in here now at the very end of this book with that observation?
We know.
We're aware. But I do love that he kind of thinks to himself, throughout history, many of his kind had been forced to flee raging mobs with fiery torches, as if he's some kind of like maligned minority rather than a guy that's been murdering teenagers all this time. It's like, you're not the victim here, Jonathan. Shut the fuck up.
Then he thinks, it seems some things never change. He reflected like a thoughtful musing.
You're not misunderstood. You're murdering kids.
Well, he crouches down next to Jessica, who's still just like, oh, and says, Jessica, I have to leave immediately. And Liz gets in front of Jessica and screams, stay away from her. And to Jonathan's surprise, she meets his gaze with a look of defiance. And he can't help but admire her courage and her love for Jessica. But then Jessica pushes past Liz and flings herself into his arms and please take me with you. And Elizabeth screeches again.
Oh my God. Yeah. She's like, no, Jessica. But Jessica's holding on to Jonathan. He kind of realizes it would be so easy to just like take her with him, but he's like, no, and tears himself away. Like, both twins are screaming, but for different reasons. Jessica's like, please, Jonathan, like pleading, sobbing, running after him at this point. Liz is then chasing Jessica down the beach.
Screaming hysterically, we're told.
Everyone is screaming like this whole time. So Jonathan is running towards the water. He stops and turns around to face Jessica, but Liz has kind of got a hold of her at this point. Jessica is crying her eyes out. He's in absolute despair. Jessica's like, I thought we were going to be together, just you and me forever. You promised you'd take me with you. And he's like, I want to, but, seeing the love that surrounds you, I can't bring myself to take you away. So he realizes, that her family love her so much. He simply can't do this. She continues to plead, but he's like, no, there's no way she could understand. And he couldn't do it to her.
It goes on for ages.
It goes on for so long.
He groans.
Like, no, of course, he's groaning the whole way through. Like, they're shrieking. He's groaning. It's just an absolute cacophony.
It's like being in a zoo.
She has to live in the light. So he pushes her away and he turns and runs into the sea. Into the sea. What's happening?
Does he? Because Jessica's shrieking and roaring and saying, let me go to him. But Liz just goes, you can't go with him. It's all over, Jessica. And Jessica freezes and it's like, it's over? She whispers. And Jessica just sits on the ground and is like, Why did he have to go away? She sounded like a lost child. Liz like, he just did. He had to go, Jess. And so she cries. Then Liz cries too. And then the mob turn up. This happens in the course of a paragraph. Like, they spend more time on Jessica and Jonathan having the same, like, I must go with you, no, you are a creature of sunlight, conversations repeatedly, than they do on Jessica accepting that he is gone forever.
So bizarre. And then literally, like, this angry mob show up and they're like, what the fuck? Where is he? Todd's like, look, Jonathan's gone. And everyone's talking at once. We can't let him get away. He has to pay for the killings. Death to the killer. We have to find him no matter what. Bruce is like, tell us where Jonathan went. And Liz is like, we don't know. And Maria glares at her. It's like, why are you protecting him all of a sudden? But Liz is like, I'm not protecting him, but the killing is over. Enid's going to be okay. Jonathan has disappeared. Jessica's safe.
And Jessica is, her mind is crying, he's gone, but her heart refuses to believe it. And she thinks, why did you leave me, Jonathan? But then she sees something in the sand, caught in the light of the full moon. It's Jonathan's ring.
Oh my God, it feels warm, as if it were alive. So she had always kind of vowed he would give her that ring someday. So she puts it on her finger. It's much too big, but she like closes her hand to hold it secure. It's all she has left of him now. And she's going to wear it on a chain around her neck and treasure it always. So she's really sad. Thinks she'd never, I never imagined I'd get Jonathan's ring, but lose him, she thought sadly. Then a huge black crow rose from the Pacific Ocean and flew towards her. Jessica watches the bird circle above her head, dipped a wing, and then disappeared into the dark night.
So I guess he ran to the water's edge because he can't get into water, turned into a bird, and just had a little fly around, and now he's flown back to say goodbye.
Oh my God, it's so dumb.
Oh, and it hasn't stopped being dumb, because Todd and Liz share a moment in the moonlight, and she wishes she could tell him how much she regrets treating him so badly. But then, you know, will he be ever able to forgive her and give them a second chance? But she sees the answer in his warm brown eyes, and they kiss.
Yeah. Elizabeth realised the words weren't necessary. Like, you always do this. Yes, the words are necessary. You're such terrible communicators. This is why this keeps happening.
Also, the words here are, I'm sorry, Todd.
Yes, apologise, you bitch.
And then we cut to Enid waking up with a cold sweat in her hospital bed. Mm-hmm. And from the corner of her eye, she catches a glimpse of something flickering in the window. She turns just in time to see a large, dark bird. Sorry. It's so stupid.
Oh my God.
It's perched on the ledge outside her room, and in the next instant the bird took flight, disappearing into the moonlit night. And a terrible feeling of loss and anguish comes over Enid, as if a piece of her heart had been torn away. Without fully understanding why, I mean, I'll say, she burst into tears.
Enid. Oh, well, I guess Bird Jonathan at least came to say goodbye. After all his mistreatment of her.
I mean, the very least he could do.
Honestly.
So then we come back to Jessica in the sand, and she thinks that the last few weeks seem strange and unreal, but a few coherent thoughts began to emerge, and she thinks it all started the night she lost her diamond earring at the Dairy Burger, and so many weird, horrible things had happened since. Will any of this ever make sense, she wondered? No.
Definitely not.
Absolutely never.
Oh my God.
But Liz comes up and hugs her, and she does think, oh my God, how could I have considered giving up my sister for a guy? Like, what happened to me? And Liz says, look, I think we need to go home. And Jessica's like, yeah, sure, you know, I think you were right about Jonathan. I guess, like, I think he was a vampire murderer.
Jessica never actually realises fully Jonathan is a vampire. Like, that doesn't seem to be a realisation she has at any point.
No. But she's like, he didn't, guess it wasn't all bad. And Liz says, well, we'll never know the whole truth, but at least he didn't take you away from me. And Jessica thinks how there was something very sad about him, because it was like he hated himself. And I guess Liz does say one true thing, which, like, a person like that can be very dangerous. But she's glad that even if he did love Jessica, that he didn't take her away. So they have a little moment, and Jessica then is alone with her thoughts and thinks he did love her. Otherwise, he wouldn't have left her the ring. But then
she's, you know, thinking to prove the point to herself. She looks down at her hand, but the ring is gone.
What? Like, did Bird Jonathan just go and look? What the fuck is going on there? Like, why did he leave it? First of all, he needs it. She doesn't. Like, they're so rare.
She's scrambling around in the sand trying to find it, but it is gone. So genuinely, it's like, did Bird Jonathan take it off her hand without her noticing? Yeah. Is it a magic ring that can just disappear and reappear where you want?
Maybe.
What the fuck is happening?
And the mysteries aren't over yet, because the area at the base of her finger where the ring had been was red and blistered and as painful as her heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the absolutely and frankly appropriately unhinged ending of Kiss of a Killer Part 2. And I'm very sad to say, the vampire era.
Oh my God. After all that, he left her with nothing but a rash is
oh, bet he did.
What a fucking weird ending. Oh my God.
So, like I was saying, like him giving her the ring even for a minute makes no sense, because like he needs that ring. He's confirmed that it is so rare to have a talisman like this that they'd have to share.
Did he just forget and was like, oh fuck, the ring. Gotta go back and get it.
Plucking it off her finger with his beak.
Oh my God.
That was something. I mean,
but also the complete lack of explanation of the like phone call from Germany. I need to know what was going on there.
If only there was a possibility that we would ever get an answer for this, but we know we won't. So yeah, so just send us your suggestions, listeners. Do we have stats and outfits after all that? I'm looking forward to the stats, I can tell you that much.
Boy, do we. Okay.
Go on.
All right. Okay. So the Wakefield blondness got 5 mentions.
The whole
Blue
book?
Green Eyes also got 5.
Wow.
Yeah, whole book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That is fewer than I thought.
Don't worry. There's plenty of other stuff.
Okay.
So Jonathan's Blue Eyes get 8 mentions.
Oh, wow. More
solid.
than the others.
Yeah.
Wow. Intriguing.
Yeah, definitely. The fact that he's pale is mentioned 5 times because, we're disgusted by someone who's not tanned.
I mean, yeah. We're just used to this by now.
This is the thing. Joey, even though he's not really in the book that much, like he's mostly on the phone, his green eyes get 3 mentions, which...
Really?
Yeah, which seems like a lot. Yeah.
That is a huge amount. Wow,
Isn't
I'm
it?
very surprised.
Then Alice Wakefield, her blue-green eyes are mentioned twice, even though Alice canonically has blue eyes, not blue-green.
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess she does resemble her daughter so much she could be their sister, so I guess it could be a trick of the light.
I guess that can allow for some confusion. Okay, but now, the juicy stuff. The crying. So much crying.
Go on.
So Liz cries 12 times.
Whoa!
Jessica cries 17 times.
Oh my God. I don't think she cried that much when Christian died. Or Sam.
No. And also the fact that there was like a gang like simmering at Bruce's house and no one even thought to the fact that the last time this happened, Christian died.
Oh shit, yeah, I didn't even think of that. Well, I mean, I didn't
even come up. Yeah. And finally, people, I say people, it's mostly Jonathan, a little bit of Todd, moan and or groan 19 times.
Wow. A record, and one that I hope will not be broken. Or
that
matched.
Would be very tough to beat. Yeah. Or matched. Yeah, either. That's so much moaning and groaning.
Did you get the shrieks, or was it just no? Was there just no point? Because there were so much shrieks.
I was too hung up on the moaning and groaning, I think.
Well, yeah, that is worse. Just the shrieks really come to the fore in the second half of the book, I think.
They really did, didn't they? Yeah, full tilt shrieking constantly.
Wow.
We still had a good scatter of outfits.
Yes.
Okay, so we had so the Jonathan in the painting is dressed in the elaborate style of the 1700s in a black riding jacket with a turned-up collar and an ivory ascot at his throat. His dark hair was tied back in a Thomas Jefferson-style ponytail.
Famously the only person who wore that style.
So how do we relate this to someone they'll know?
Like an ascot is a cravat, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's fair enough.
Sure.
Anything else?
So yeah, Jessica, when she's striking poses upstairs in her bizarre good mood, when she's thinking, watch out, Jonathan, as she's about to head into school. She's wearing a slinky blue skirt and a red silk tank top with her new silver chain belt. She is looking good.
Ritzy. Doesn't feel very 1997 to me, but anyway.
No, it never does.
Or 96. Go on. Anything else?
So yeah, she is packing up her little suitcase because she's out of here. So she does toss a purple tank top into said suitcase, but then notices a jade silk shirt that's been crumpled under some blue jeans. So that's in bits. But she reckons it would look fantastic with Liz's black pleated skirt. So she heads off into Liz's room to steal that. So she'll have a whole new outfit.
When she's on the road as a vampire.
Sure. I mean, you know, what's the point of being a vampire if you're not going to make full use of your silk outfit?
Oh, that's true, of course. The most important part.
It's so true.
Wow. Those are some pretty good outfits. Are there any more?
No, so that was it. But like still for like half of a book.
Oh my God.
Pretty strong showing, I think we can agree.
Well, listeners, what did you think of Kiss of a Killer Part 2 and indeed the whole vampire saga? We always love hearing from you, and you did have plenty to say about the last episode. You know where we are. We are on pretty much all social media at SVH Podcast.
Yes, you can send us an email at svhpodcast@gmail.com.
And we are, as usual, most active on Instagram, where I don't know, I think a new tagging thing might have been born. When you might remember that Liz referred to dropping something like a rancid potato, or reacting as if it had been rancid potato. Pippi Ashurley said, "Rancid potato was my new punk band name. No stealing it." Jen B. Skill said, "No worries, I'm locking down vulgar jests."
Fantastic. Biblioarchaeologist wanted to know if she'll be playing with Wretched Chinchilla.
Pippi Ashurley concurred or confirmed that she would with Vulgar Jests and Jasmine's Revenge, which is a garbage cover band.
Amazing.
Lowercase Diva said, "Reading this book as a 12-year-old definitely explains the amount of smut on my Kindle."
Oh, this is so good. Yeah, Sister Betty Confetti said, "I'm pretty sure I went straight from these to Mills and Boone and there was zero tonal shift."
And Lowercase Diva said, "I wasn't allowed to read Mills and Boone. Little did my mother know what was in these fucking teen books." Anne Foster, not that one, made a very good point. "I could really see Jonathan in an episode of What We Do in the Shadows. His charmless vampire could be like a nemesis to the charming Laszlo. And maybe they could fight it out as Raven versus Bash."
Amazing. Yes, Rebel Haggis then said, and then Laszlo bites off his head.
I mean, fingers crossed.
Amazing. I would love that.
Twigtastic says, "Liz being so anti-pale skin, I have to wonder how she survived being in London for so long." And yeah, Luke was very pale.
He was, yeah. She didn't have a problem with it then, though, did she?
No. It was Roisin Muldoon who said it, "Not Todd popping a boner at a funeral." Poppins and Button said, "And groaning." And Roisin said, "Maybe it was straining against his gothic black jeans." How tight were they? Constricting.
Good God.
Oh, Lady Zana once said, "Sweet Valley Senior Year gives a bit of explanation about why Amy doesn't show up at SVU."
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So, they have a big fight. Amy says she's sick of being in Jessica's shadow, and they have a friend break up, never speaking again.
Oh my God. Honestly, good for Amy.
Seriously. Like, run.
Yeah, not before time.
Ghost of Sweet Valley said, "This is not a tag. I am an actual real-life professional photographer. I have said no to a lot of unsavory things in the last decade, especially with social media being a prominent part of marketing these days. Discreetly taking pictures at a graveside service for the yearbook. What the actual fuck?"
Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, very fair. And Lady Zana one also pointed out the girl didn't even go to their school. Like, she wasn't even from Sweet Valley.
But just get that exploitative, prurient spread all over the yearbook.
Oh my God.
Lucky Insel said, tag yourself, companion thread, book titles. From air mattress to bear mattress. Who needs a duvet?
Oh.
The Jessica Wakefield story of going all the way.
Oh my God. I have to say, these book titles threads are an absolute joy.
Keep them coming.
Rebel Haggis said, The Good Goth's Guide to Homemaking. How to Keep Your Useless Vampire Happy by Enid Rollins.
Lottie ELC said, a study of newly discovered music manuscripts from a random German farmhouse by Jonathan's parents in the latest Journal of Fake Musicology.
Jen B's Gill said, Random Parenting, Keep Them Guessing by Ned and Alice Wakefield.
Vivian Charlie said, Style to Die For, How to Dress for Even the Grimmest Occasion and Still Be the Centre of Attention by Jessica Wakefield, with a foreword written by Alexis Carrington. Oh, yes.
Hell yes. So good. Maria Teresa Biblioteca. I was about to get fingered, but you stopped me. The Jessica Wakefield story.
I got my face is hurting from laughing. Stitch of Betty Confetti to continue to the theme. Filling holes and soothing souls. How to recover from traumatic experiences through brief romantic encounters with the hottest guys you've ever seen by Amy Sutton. Trauma therapist.
Oh my God. I did like some people were trying to come up with alternatives to cock blocking.
Yes.
After Jessica being thwarted. We did get a message from, I think it was Plucky Insolence, who suggested or possibly had previously heard of clam jamming.
Yo, it's Fury Girl in here also said clam jamming's pretty great.
Is it? Like, it's very Sweet Valley.
It is. And it's very visual.
It really is. It does the job.
Bob of the Buttons did say the theory she could come up with was clit pipping. That's quite good.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, there was, of course, the classic tag yourself. So Rainbow Dash said, I'm the concept of girl power. The Spice Girls released me into the world in 1994 and I took the world by storm until I got to Sweet Valley anyway. I took one look at the girls there and decided that the patriarchy can have that serial killer infested cesspool. Those chicks are beyond saving.
Oh my God. So good. Sweet Valley High Fan Club said, I'm Sweet Valley's retail stores. So many funerals and murders in Sweet Valley, which means new outfits for everyone. They also did wonder, do we have a tally of deaths in Sweet Valley? Which I have not been keeping track of. But it must be up there at this point.
Yeah, I think it might be time to put that together. Plucky Insolent said, I'm the Buffy Sweet Valley crossover you never knew you needed. Amy Sutton and Josh Smith, fueled by vengeance, are ditching college plans to become detectives, determined to bring Jonathan, Margot, and other cruel murderers to justice. Their destination, Los Angeles. Their new home, Angel Investigations. Jonathan and Margot better watch their backs, because these avenging angels are coming for them. Write this fanfic, please.
Fucking hell. I need it.
Seriously.
It's amazing.
Oh, Plucky Insolence did have one for you, Karen.
Oh, what was this? Oh, I'm Karen's stat sheet for the next episode, rolling my eyes as I log the high groan count. And yeah, fair. Who had 19? I mean, come on.
A lot. Miss Festy said, I'm Jessica, taking some time off between acting like a deranged toddler and shutter groaning to gloat that while Katrina's funeral might have had 200 guests, 2,000 came to mourn at my fake one. How have we forgotten her fake funeral? Over there, didn't know it was a fake, but it was when she was chained up in a basement.
It's happening. This series just really... I said fuck it after book 100, didn't they?
Oh, I love this from Jen B's Girls. I'm a new recruit to the Sweet Valley Police, wondering why the rest of my squad had no problem with that goth teenager cleaning up a crime scene.
That is such a good point. Oh my God. Yes, she just had the Hoover out, cleaning the whole place up. That is actually bonkers when you think about it. Holy shit.
So there's so many good ones. Like, seriously, just read them all because we do not have time to read all of them. But oh god, this one is from Sister Betty Confetti. I'm Enid, orgasmed almost to death in a graveyard. Every 16-year-old got stream.
You know what? Good for her. Also, I do want to say, I have actually, some people were requesting it, and I did design some Goth Enid Freak Show Queen merch for you guys. However, it is under review by Redbubble at the time of recording, so maybe it'll be in the shop by the time this comes out. Maybe it won't. I don't know, because I don't know how long this is going to take. And I'm presuming it's because I included the words Freak Show Queen. So I guess it's fair that they're kind of like, hold on a second, let us check this out. Or whatever fucking AI bot is going to check it out. But there is merch forthcoming. Whether it's going to have the words Freak Show Queen on it or not is yet to be determined. Yeah. But yeah, we'll have something for you.
Seriously, I have seen this design. You will love this. And let's just hope that it gets released from Redbubble jail.
Indeed, yes. Hopefully it will be sprung free. If not, I may have to tweak it slightly. But yeah, all going well, we should have some fun little Goth Enid merch for you guys to get your hands on.
Kate had raised an interesting point, which is interesting for us as well. She says, the funeral discussion was interesting to me. I'm American, and I've always seen in TV and movies where it seemed like the graveside service was the main or the entire funeral. Yes. And I still honestly don't know if that's real or common for funerals here. I'm Irish Catholic American, and we have a big wake, then a funeral mass, and all we have at the graveside is a brief prayer or two before internment. That's exactly the same here. So the wake is not like the post-funeral afters. The wake is when they are the body. Like we had one for my dad. Like he was in the front room. The coffin
in the house.
is like is there. My English brother-in-law found it very strange at first, but actually kind of thought it was a really good thing by the end of it.
It's really nice. Yeah, that's the thing. It's funny because it's so often on like American TV shows and stuff. It's like, oh, the wake, and it's like this thing after the funeral. And it's like, no, that's not what that is.
Yeah, a wake is a very specific thing, and it is somebody being taken, home or to a family house, and they're there while you're standing around like eating sandwiches and stuff. We're very, very used to it. Exactly. It's probably quite weird to people who don't grow up in a culture, or of the many cultures on there. There are lots of cultures where people spend time with the body after somebody dies, but I think for a lot of English people, it's quite head-wrecking. but we're used to it.
We are, yeah. It's also done very quickly. Like these things all happen like in a short space of time.
Oh yeah, like within
the person has passed. Whereas in England, it goes on for fucking ages. Like weeks go by, and you have to go back to work and everything, and then you have the funeral, which seems mad to me. But
it's interesting that the Irish Catholic American. I mean, in some traditions like Jewish and Muslim burials happen very quickly as well, but like pretty much the same as they do here. It's usually maybe a bit slower, but it's or a bit faster, but it's like 2 days is normal here, maybe 3. My dad was a bit late because he like died suddenly at home, and they have to do like a post-mortem and everything, so it was delayed by nearly a week, and by that stage we were like, what is like this is madness. How are we expected to like go around and live our lives for a few days? But sure, is this true? Do people have full funeral services by a graveside? Because it's true, it does show up in films.
It does a good bit. Yeah, that's true.
And that would seem to be the case for Amy's cousin, buried hundreds of miles away from her home.
Honestly, what a fucking choice that was made there. So weird. Like, let that poor girl go back to San Francisco.
Well, I think we have to give Maria Teresa Biblioteca the last word, where she says, quote the Raven, what the fuck? This isn't how any of this works. Very, very true.
That is absolutely where we should leave.
On so many levels.
Oh my God. Perfect.
Well, if this was not enough sweet valleying for you, or not even sweet valley, I guess now we're into the Pascal verse.
The extended universe of Francine Pascal.
Yes. If you want even more, you can get us in your ears every single week, discussing the wider range of Pascalian lore.
Pascalian, fantastic.
By signing up to HeadStuff Plus.
Yes, if you head on over to headstuffpodcasts.com, you can sign up to support the show here. It gets you access to all our lovely bonus content. We have 4 entire series of chatting about the Sweet Valley High TV show, which honestly, if you're not even into the TV show, I do think you'll enjoy it anyway, because we just had the best time.
Oh my God.
We didn't think we were going to be that into it, and we were devastated when it was over. It was so much fun.
We were so sad.
We really were. I still miss them. but we had a lovely time chatting about the TV show. The actual TV show episodes are on YouTube as well. So you could even just go watch them. Like some of them are just so bonkers. It's so fun.
Oh my God.
But more recently, we have delved into the world of Highgate Academy, which is where one Caitlin Ryan is causing chaos.
Oh, sure is.
Yeah. And I had never read these books. I had no context whatsoever for Caitlin. It's a wild ride so far, I will say. We're really kind of going super slowly through the books because we're trying to keep them to reasonable episode lengths. Yeah. So we're doing 4 chapters at a time. And even with 4 chapters of each of these books, so much stuff happens. It's kind of amazing. There's outfits to beat the band.
Oh my Lord.
It is delivering full Francine Pascal nonsense in that real kind of classic circle cover era of Sweet Valley. It's that flavor, but just in Virginia. And we are enjoying it a lot.
We really are. And actually, when I was out of action book writing and unraveling last week, we did release the first episode of the Caitlin recaps into the feed. So if you liked that, there's more where that came from by signing up to HeadStuff Plus.
Yeah, so that's where you'll find all that stuff going on. And when you sign up to HeadStuff Plus as well, you do get access to the bonus content for all the other shows on the network too. So there's absolutely rakes of stuff to get through. So yeah, it's a pretty good deal.
It really is. Well, Pi Beta Alpha siblings, we will see you in the clubhouse next week for Caitlin, The Love Trilogy, Part 2, Love Lost, Episode 3?
Yes. Pretty sure it's episode 3. Well done. Nice.
Maybe 4.
It just gets more unwieldy every the further we get. Especially with the very boring, I will have to say, very boring book titles and trilogy titles. The so titles, generic. Yeah, they suck. The Love Trilogy, Love Lost.
Yeah. Mostly, it should be Crazed Intrigue and Lies Trilogy.
I mean, that would be more accurate in fairness.
Child Eats Fertilizer Out of a Bag Trilogy.
Gotta get your reading.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to say, for whatever the titles lack, the actual content more than makes up for it, I will say.
Ooh, fuck yes. Well, PBA siblings, we'll see you there for more Caitlin. And we were hoping that Jed will get what he deserves. Wouldn't hold my breath, but fingers crossed. But now it's all going to be downhill from here, to be honest.
Where do you go from vampires? Thing.
Well, this is the first book that was published in 1997. I feel there was a big gap. There was Kiss of a Killer came out in October 1st, 1996. And then the next book didn't come out for 3 months. Or 2 months. No, 3 months. So yeah, it's going to be back to normal. What?
I can't.
Don't make us do that.
Just act like everything is fine and nothing weird just happened for the last 3 books. Don't you lie to us.
Now, we are tempted because Karen is going away at the end of September. We may, if we can wrangle it and make sure we have the books, we may throw in a super thriller just to sort of ease us back.
I think we're going to need a transition book before we go back to them working in a fucking magazine or whatever and Jessica trying to be a model. I'm just like the heightened drama of vampires. We can't just go from that to being an intern.
Yeah. What? I mean,
we need some murder. We need some risk. We need some serious I don't know, listening in on phone calls and something weird's happening. I need intrigue. I can't just go to fluffy magazine stuff.
We are really, I'm sorry to say, this is the beginning of the end now.
Oh, no.
There are only 14 more official books.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? That is actually nuts.
Oh my God, yeah. But there is still a good bit of Bruce's story and
we've got more. We've got more and
there's Secret Diaries.
There's Jessica Takes Manhattan.
But of course.
There's Olivia going on a mystery date with someone in an internet chat room.
Ooh. Yeah, there's stuff. There's a killer on board. There's stuff going on at sea at some point in a super thriller.
Dylan Whiteclaw's got to turn up. God help us.
Of course. Well, that'll be regular series stuff, won't it? But,
yes.
No, this is the thing. We're disappointed the vampires are over, but there is still a lot of good, juicy stuff to come. I think it's just going to be hard to go from that trilogy to whatever comes next is going to feel disappointing. But to be fair, we thought the same thing after Margot, and
That's true.
You know,
look at us now.
Look how far we've gone. Look how deranged we are now. Remember being normal doing this.
Oh, I miss those days. Well, on that note, we will bid you farewell.
Yeah, we'll be back with something. We're not sure yet.
Yes. I mean, we're still under Jonathan's thrall. What can we say?
What can we do? We thought we were going to be together forever.
And then he turned into a raven and flew away. You didn't even turn up at our windowsills to say goodbye.
It's very confusing.
Imagine if we both looked out our windows now. There was like...
No, stop. I actually looked out the window just in case. It was a magpie or something. Imagine if there was. I'd have shrieked. Okay, I just stopped looking out the window now before I freak myself out.
Well, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time with something.
We'll figure it out.
We usually do. See you then, everybody.
Thanks for listening.
Bye. Caw-caw, caw-caw.
This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with HeadStuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.